Hey guys, just want to make sure that everybody gets in the stream, so I'm playing the intro movie real quick. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm monitoring the chat right now. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, cool. And you guys can hear me okay? Well, it's good to know that you're gay, Broccoli. Right on. Is the game too loud, or is it okay? Alright, cool. I'm not tipsy yet, Rose. I was thinking about it, but I wanted to do this stream before I got into it. Alright, cool. I'll let this intro movie play before we kind of get started. So the other day, Oslo MGTOW sent me an email, and he was like, "Hey man, I've got the table of contents done for your two Wildlands videos, so I'm ready to go." So I went to go grab them, and I realized, holy shit, I'm retarded, because I don't have my Wildlands videos anymore because I didn't download them in time. So, no, I'm not restarting again. What I'm doing is I'm going to do a stream to teach people how to use, like a small tutorial on how to use the bots more effectively for people that actually want to get into Wildlands, but they don't want to get hammered on too badly. I'm actually going to, when I get done, I think that might be a possibility, Broccoli, what I'll end up doing first. I got Lone Wolf and Helsing waiting in the wings. They're hunting the Predator right now. So, but yeah, let me work with these bots first and get this little tutorial out of the way, and then we'll go from there. So, when you get started, you got these 3 bots. Now, one of the things you can do when you have the bots is you want to be able to control them. So, yeah, Wildlands is a blast, but the biggest challenge is if you don't know how to use the bots properly, they can fuck you every time. So what ends up happening is what a lot of guys do is when they play by themselves, they just ignore the bots, or they have the bots hold position. So you use your control wheel, which the default key is tab, and then you can scroll with your middle mouse button to the command. So like this command is hold, so they have hold position, and they'll hang out right wherever they're at. So if you run away, they will stay there. Now, the bots are the 3 guys, so like Midas, Holt, and Weaver, Plumber. So just in case you I saw the question there. Yeah, and they do. They just open fire sometimes. So you want to, when you do hold will not only hold their position, it'll actually hold fire as well. Now, if you want them to come with you, you choose regroup, and they'll run to you. Now, what's cool though is that, like, say they're here, they're hanging out with you. You want them to go somewhere, like, so you're, let's just say this building. You want them to flank from the other side. You can use your drone and tell them to, with the drone, for example, I'm going to bring it up here so you can see. So there's us on the ground, and I'm the one right there. You can send your bots with the command wheel to go to there, and they will move. So it's like a command, like an overall command view. And then you can kind of come over here and send them there. And then now they're in a flanking position. Now one of the things you can do is if they're in a flanking position, let's say there's guys down here, you can say open fire. They'll start shooting and they'll rush wherever area that they're at. They'll rush the building. And then you can fire from the other side and flank from there. So that gives you some really basic commands. These commands are gold, especially if you want to shoot people from a flanking position. Now, let me show you something else, too. There are rebel support commands. So if I scroll up here, for example, let's just say, oh, I don't know, let's do something fun. Let's go somewhere first. We're gonna go somewhere where I can get a helicopter, and then we're gonna fly somewhere, and I'm gonna show you the other commands. They're really entertaining. I think there might be a helicopter here. All right, let's see. So political jazz, I don't have a problem debating anybody on any channel, and everybody keeps on telling me that I should contact Warski. You know, the problem is that when you try to contact bigger YouTubers, they don't fucking respond. And I honestly don't have time to babysit my email to go, oh, hey, can I be on your stream or whatever? Because, you know, frankly, nobody likes MGTOW. You know, you know that nobody likes MGTOW, and people are terrified of MGTOW because the only fucking people they go after when they make anti-MGTOW videos are the potatoes. They don't go after TFM. They don't go after Sandman. They don't go after me. They don't go after Marcus. They don't go after Stardust. No, they go after the knuckle draggers. So, you know, it's really sad. So, all right, so there's the chopper. It's there. Now, just as an FYI, if you cannot summon a chopper, so let me see if I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. But if you cannot summon a chopper will not be there with your character. So you have to unlock the chopper thingy first. Now, to give you an example of what I'm talking about as far as rebel commands, I'm just going to go over to this base here. And go from there. So yeah, so listen, you know, Andy Warski, if he wants to debate me, or if he wants to debate a feminist on Warski Live, or if somebody wants to set that up, I'm happy to do that. It's just that TFM is super busy. I'm super busy. And honestly, I don't have time to go out and start looking for different things and people to contact on their streams to debate. Like, the only reason that I debate the people that I do, and like with Poe the person and some of the other people that I've had contact with, you know, it's because they've contacted me. Now, if you'll notice, I landed a chopper very close to the location, and I said hold immediately. Now, I did that specifically. You see these fuckers? They try to move up anyway. So you bring them back, because they'll start shooting because they're just retarded like that. Halaman 1345. My personal opinion is no, I don't believe you can. You have to have a romantic relationship, and it has to be held outwardly as a romantic relationship. It can't be just like a personal relationship type of thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, and again, you know, I'm not saying that. Listen, I don't have any ill will toward Worski. You know, I know that there are a lot of people who have a lot of opinions about a lot of different things. Give me a second here. All right, so spotting. So these are the lower level of your control wheel that I'm scrolling through. These are your rebel commands. So you can summon a vehicle, and you can see I can summon a few of them. So like I can summon a chopper if I needed to. If I go down here, I can summon people to back me up. I can call in a mortar strike and then aim that mortar strike wherever I want. I can call in a diversion, so I can bring in guys from another location, or I can just do spotting, which I'm going to do right now, where if you see the highlighted area, I'm going to spot this area and make sure that I've gotten everybody. Now, if the guy is in a building, the rebel recon may not work, if that makes sense. So yeah. But yeah, as far as Warski Live is concerned, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just letting you guys know that I just don't have time to chase him down and like send emails back and forth to everybody, because I'm just stupid busy. And so we're on the same page. You know, I have guests already out till the end of February for my live stream show. I do 2 live streams with TFM already. I've got other people that have been wanting to try to do live streams with me. Plus, I'm trying to make original content. And in addition to that, I'm trying to write a book. I'm a grandfather, and I help out with my 2 grandchildren. So yeah, I'm pretty busy. And then of course, occasionally I do play a video game and get drunk and stupid. So now you know. So there you go. Is it safe to invite a girl that's a friend to your place? Yeah, if you're not trying to Netflix and chill. But I mean, honestly, why would you? If you're not there to fuck her, then why would you bring her over? You know, I mean, go watch a movie at her place and make sure there's somebody there. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. All right, so you see these guys right here? So let me show you kind of... So the next most important skill in the game when you're playing by yourself is sync shot. Sync shot is fantastic because it allows you to... Now, let me show you how I do sync shot. So you see the guys over here, these guys here. They're there. I'm going to bring them over here, like right there. And they're going to kind of go in like a little bit of a flanking position so that they have access to these people that have been marked. Now, anytime you mark an enemy, they will show up in orange. So you can kind of see them there. Now, I have an unlimited drone, so the battery doesn't die, and I've also got the drone zoom, so that helps as well. So I'm going to go like this. Now, they're going to find a position, and when they find a position, it's about to get real. All right, so now they're looking. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my mooks in. I'm going to say, go there. And they're going to move in. And they're going to flank. Now, as they move in, I'm going to switch positions. Whoops. Or not. I'm going to be retarded, apparently. So I did the health thing. And now these guys are dead. So it's completely clear. But basically, I was going to send them in to flank, and so you can kind of see how that works. And I actually have the wrong secondary weapon. I normally don't run my loud loadout. This is my M249. But that kind of gives you an idea of how to use the skills to get the guys going around. Now I'm going to show you how to use the rebel abilities in addition to these skills here. So, okay. Now, I will say this, too, by the way. I don't have a problem when it comes to debating people or when it comes to being on people's streams. I don't have a problem with that. But I've seen a couple streams lately where non-MGTOW people, I don't know if they're skeptics or what do you want to call them, they'll start a stream either on Discord or on Google Hangouts, and then, like, random people will show in and try to, like, ambush the people that are there. I think that's retarded and unethical. And it's not something that I support. So, if that makes sense. I'm going to take a look here and see what this is. All right, so you see the guys on the ground here? Now, I'm going to just take off and they'll just magically appear on the chopper. So, like, you can't just leave them. Well, you got to understand, I'm not surprised Roosh is Roosh... So, Cactus Fungus, you say Roosh is representing MGTOW? Is he? Roosh is a PUA, and honestly, I think he's actually, I think he's a really good choice to represent MGTOW if he goes MGTOW. So, all right, so this base here is interesting. This will be a good example of how to use both rebels and how to use some of the other skills that are there. So I usually try to land over here when I attack this particular base because this is a really good spot. Now again, I hold my guys right here. That way they don't go anywhere. They're just chilling. Now I tell them to go here because they're fucking running off because they're idiots. So again, you gotta watch these guys. They try to go cowboy on you. Okay, DDJ, I was asking because if she is your friend and has a boyfriend but falls in love with you, it can pose a risk. Oh, I think that's part of it, but I also think part of it is that, you know, if you have a chick that comes over to your house and she's got a boyfriend, you're a cuck. You're a blue pill cuck. You are her emotional tampon. There's no reason to be her emotional tampon. Period. So I think that it's one of those things that you really have to think about, like where your priorities are, if that makes sense. Now, if you see I'm targeting that guy right there, I don't know where everybody is, so I'm going to target all those people over there, and he's going to recon everybody for me. Now, they won't recon everybody in the buildings, but they'll recon most of the people outside. The higher your rebel recon skill, the more accurate the recon will be, But 9 times out of 10, like these 2 buildings here, they'll miss people in the buildings. They'll miss people between the buildings. So you really want to make sure you do a good job of droning. If you're not a valid, like a good 3D shooter, or you're older, plumber, I'm thinking of you. You know, you want to do your droning. You want to set it up, and you can set yourself up to snipe and use your bots to do the heavy lifting for you. Now, as you can see, I've figured out where most of these people are. Now, we're going to turn this shit into the Wild Bunch here in just a moment. But I just wanted to kind of give you a lay of the land. Now, if you look, I've got 15 seconds to my spotting is back, and then we can play with that a little bit as well. Okay, let me see what else we got. So I did a couple recent videos. I did an olive branch to Chris, and I did a video on narcissistic women. I thought that was a little bit overdue, at least for the MGTOW community. So hopefully it will be squared away. Zeph's a cuck, and I wouldn't believe shit what Zeph said. I wouldn't piss on fire to put Zeph out if Zeph was on fire. Zeph is a piece of shit, backstabbing, fucking cuck lives matter guy. So now let me show you something else here. So you see this guy right here? He's walking around. This guy's walking around. Now, and then there's this guy by himself as well. Now, the reason I'm checking these guys out, they're not moving, but you see that they're marked. So now all 3 of them are marked. This is the sync shot. So now I can stand up. If I shoot this guy, they shoot all 3 of them. So all 3 guys with the sync shot is important. Yeah, Zeph is a weasel, and he's untrustworthy. He's been untrustworthy for a while, and he's created a lot of unnecessary drama. If Zeph ever shows up, I think everybody, just as a community service, you need to go tell him to hide and go fuck himself and stay away from him. Because Zeph tries to take everybody down who's near him. So you just need to keep him the fuck away from everything. Period. You know, you don't invite cancer into your life. You don't invite Zeph into your life. They're the same thing. So, all right. So you see that we've cleared out this particular machine gun that's here, which I'm marking. I can't mark, I guess. But you can see it. So I'm clearing out the machine guns, because what ends up happening is when the machine gun gets cleared out, it becomes an issue. Now, we're going to turn this shit into the Wild Bunch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to go diversion. Actually, we'll put the diversion right there. I'm going to send my team there, and we're going to turn it into a shit show, and we're going to mortar this gas tank, because, you know, why not? So watch this. So they're doing indirect fire. This will be entertaining. All right, so they're like, oh yeah, motherfuckers, what? So now they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're fighting. Now the rebels are moving in, because I've called for a diversion. So the rebels are moving into the diversion location. And then my guys, I told them to go here. And then fire. So they're going to move to that location, and they're going to fire while they head there. So now it's turned into the fucking Wild Bunch, and it's an absolute shit show. And they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Now I'm going to spot again in my location just to make sure there's nobody else that's there. And then I'm going to go ahead and use fire again for my fire command. All right. So now these guys are fucking doing their thing. Now I'm going to call in some backup guns for hire. And these will be guys that'll be reinforcements right on top of me. So if you'll see them for a second, they'll show up in just a second. And you can see these fucking rebels are fighting everybody, and they're killing everybody. Okay, so we own this base. And you pretty much saw how easily I did it with everybody here. Yeah, you're old, plumber. It's fine. I'm old too. And yeah, you can go fuck yourself as well. Nothing but love. All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to check the little Streamlabs to see if we actually have any questions from the Bukkake Chokeslams. Yeah, if you let's see. Yeah, exactly. Broccoli, exactly. No, they don't. They did not consent. They did not fucking fill out the consent app. All right. Let's see. Igor Bloodscene said, DDJ, I want to ask you on Discord after re-listening to your Inferno series, do your children have mental scars because of the abuse? I hope they were able to overcome it. Yes, they do. So, without going into too much detail, yeah, it was severely traumatizing for them. So, Rose, I appreciate your kind words. Thank you for putting things into perspective. You're very, very good for my ego. Thank you. So, all right. So this gives you an idea. I mean, look at all these motherfuckers running. Look at my mini map, and there's the guns for hire guys showing up. They finally show up. They're a little late. You know, they're like fucking temp agency people. You know, work starts at 7, they get there at 8. That kind of shit. So yeah, you like the cigar, broccoli? There you go. All right, so you guys, so basically that's kind of the idea of how to use the dudes. Now, if you look again, these motherfuckers, it's like a whole squad because I have it maxed out. So these guys are like right there and they're just ready to fight, and they got fucking machine guns and shit. If you max out your rebels when you call for support, they will fucking own face when they show up. They will kill everybody that's around. They will wreck everybody that's around. I mean, with extreme prejudice. So, and if you look on my mini map, you'll see the green dots. Those are the dudes that are there. They're like, oh, don't leave without us. They're like fucking broccoli. I need to get out of here. So, unfortunately, though, we don't put C4 underneath them. Yeah, exactly. So, hey, Helsing, did you guys get the fucking predator? Or are we going to hunt him again? All right, thank you, Rose. All right, so I'm going to look around here. I'll give you another example of kind of how to use your guys. So we're going to go over here to this town. There's some dudes in this town we can fuck with. And again, I want to show you how to, again, this is just how to use the, how to use your bots, the 3 bots that go with you if you're new to the game. That using the bots is extremely important. Let me go ahead and land here. I want to show you some of the skills as well, because the skills for the bot skills, the skills are important. But when you're at low levels, like when you first start the game, because there is a level system, in the low levels of the game, you're not going to have access to everything. So really, the skill trees that you really want to focus on if you're playing by yourself are the squad tree skills. So revive speed, extra sync shot is what's important. That's going to give you the ability to sync using your Q key so that you can target people. Train rebels is important because the higher this is, the more dangerous they become. Your squad is more resilient. This is kind of helps your squad survivability, like your NPC squad guys. And then your born leader makes your teammates very efficient killers. When this is maxed out, your bots become serious fucking badasses. On physical, it's important to get stamina or else you'll get tired. And it's important to get bullet resistance. If you like to run stealth and you want to get quiet running and you want to get detection, which helps you hide. I've actually been in a dark room and I've had my detection and my quiet running maxed. I laid down on the floor behind a box that was knee high, and I had a guy walk right by me and never even see me because it was dark. And then the drone stuff is important as well. And if you get 1 point in each one of these skills, you get what's called the elite skill. So for this one's medic, which is the medic drone. All right, Halaman1345 asks, DDJ, is it okay to be friends with a girl because you might know her at work or at school, but at the same time, not be a blue pill cuck? Lol. You know, if you know her long term, yeah, you could be friends with her, but just be real fucking careful that she's not using you. Because you have to understand that you might be friends with her, but she's not friends with you, if that makes sense. So you might be in a situation where you think that you guys are friends and she's just using you to take her places or to do shit or to pay for shit, and she's a dinner thought and that kind of thing. So when it comes to those situations, yeah, I mean, the thing about it, you know, is you got to be real careful because a lot of these bitches are narcissists. A lot of them are users and manipulators, and they'll tell you, you know, it's like TFM says, they'll tell you whatever the fuck they have to say to get you to do what they need you to do. So, you know, it's better just to really listen. If you want a friend, go buy a fucking dog. You know, go buy a dog. Go make friends with like your guy friends that you can actually have shit in common with. and go from there. I mean, if you've got female friends that you actually get along with and they're like legit your friends and they don't try to use you for shit, that's fine. But don't let them force you into being their emotional tampon. So again, we're gonna have them hold position, and you see they're trying to run off as it is. See that? They like try to spread out. So we're gonna fucking go there. See, they're trying to run off again. Fuckers. Your drone is your friend. Drone jammers are a bitch. You want to find them. So when you can't use a drone, use your binoculars. And you should level up both. And again, I'm going to use my rebel spotting to kind of spot some more. And they'll spot some more that are there. So what I'll do, I see 4 guys here. So this is kind of how they are. I want to check out their patrol pattern is what I'm looking for right now, so I can figure out where they're going to be. Again, it's a tactical decision. So we're going to go here, here, and here. Okay, now you see those guys just got dropped? All right, so again, that sync shot, I just synced the shot on all 3. Rush that guy. And now the other dudes don't see him because they're all dead. Now, here's the thing. If you look right there, you see the body. If anybody walks up these stairs after him and sees a body, it's going to set off an alarm. Now, if you look at the right-hand side of my screen to my mini-map, you'll see it says sync shot cooldown. The sync shot's about to cool down again, and then I'll be able to use it again shortly. Now, in stealth missions, bodies do not respawn. So if you kill somebody, you make sure you kill them in a location where they're not going to fucking be found. All right, let me see if I can find this fool. All right, so him, and him. Now, if you look, you'll see that the numbers will flash on the lower right-hand side. Now, I hit Q, and all the 3 guys die. And again, I'm just using my 3 guys. And all you got to do is tag them, and they'll kill them from afar. Hollow Man, that's fine. I mean, I get it. And I'm just saying that, look, the biggest issue people have with friends that are girls is that they want to do shit for them. I mean, the whole white knight thing is real. Women know how to manipulate guys. That's like a big thing for them. They totally know. So you have to understand that, like, this is what they do. They know how to get under our skin. They know what manipulates us. They know what pulls our triggers. They're very, very skilled at getting us to do shit for them. It's like a female thing. If you have any questions about it or any concerns, I have a video I put out yesterday about avoiding narcissistic women. So I would suggest you check it out. Plus, there's a lot of videos from a lot of MGTOW content producers out there that talk about, how women are dishonest and kind of women to avoid and issues associated with them. So, there's a lot of information out there, a lot of good material out there. TFM's got some stuff. Sandman's got some stuff. Miggy 101's got some stuff. So, there's a lot of good stuff out there. So just, make sure that you're consuming it and, don't just consume one content producer, consume them all. Oh, hey, Mbudo, how you doing? Oh, right on, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you look at my most recent video, Mbudo, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So if you want to do the weaponized autism, that's fantastic. So, and yeah, this guy Clash Weed, yeah, women do play men like fiddles, absolutely. So, all right, I'm gonna check the Streamlabs real quick. Do you guys have any questions on how to use the bots or the skills, like the commands? I think that this is pretty much I think the tutorial is pretty much where it needs to be. Can I recommend some MGTOW channels? Yeah, absolutely. So it depends on where you're at. Like if you're a new MGTOW or you're a red pill and you're in the red pill rage, you know, look at people like Grizzly MGTOW. He's got some really good content. He's entertaining. And he's completely inappropriate as far as like his humor. So it's really good. Like if you need fuck you humor, that's a really good option. Of course, Turd Flinging Monkey, you know, his content is great. Human is fantastic. Human does a lot of philosophical content. And the nice thing about Human is even though he's MGTOW, his content is really, it's basically the red pill community can benefit from him as well. So even if you're not MGTOW, Human is somebody that a lot of people can benefit from because of the way he creates his content. So yeah, I'm trying to think of who else. So Sandman, Human, TFM, myself, Marcus, Stardust, Spetsnaz, Coterie, Razorblade Candy. Now Coterie closed his channel down, if I remember correctly. I think it was Coterie did. Or Coltane, one of the two. Coltane is good as well. But Razorblade Candy closed his channel down, but his channel is backed up. There's a Razorblade Candy 2 channel out there for him, so you can check that out. The other thing I'd look at, too, is like if you're into debate or you're into just in general, like red pill material, you know, look at like Dave Cullen. Look at Dave Cullen. Look at Sargon. Don't just watch MGTOW channels. Watch other people's channels as well. Because even though they may not be MGTOW, they may have good content about subjects that are relevant, like Stephen Molyneux. A lot of people like him. So, you know, check his channel out. Check out other people's channel like that, because that's going to give you some options to listen to things and be exposed to things that if you're just exposing yourself to MGTOW by itself, you know, it's basically going to have a bad time. And more importantly, the concern is that you run the concern of being part of an echo chamber, and that's no good for anybody. So, but yeah, those would be the producers that I would be looking at. Oh yeah, I missed Terrence Pop. Yeah, thank you, Skidman. Yeah, Terrence Pop is definitely one. And actually, I think Terrence Pop is required viewing. He's got some fantastic material on relationships, and he's especially strong on dealing with narcissistic women, dealing with manipulation, and all that shit. So yeah, he's great. Kat says he won't, but I don't know. I can't speak for Kat. I'm still trying to get him to do the Sweet Corn Challenge, so there you go. Are you talking about Styx Hexenhammer, the guy that looks like he's trying to be a tranny? He's got like he's like 40 pounds and he's got the leather jacket. Is that the guy you're talking about? Yeah, Raging Golden Eagle is good too. He's not really truly a MGTOW content producer, but he is a good content producer, and I've watched some of his stuff as well. But I was thinking like of actual MGTOW content producers, you know, he's a good one. So. All right. Any other questions? All right. So I think that for all intents and purposes, this little tutorial stream is going to be done for now. I'm going to come back in just a couple minutes, and I'm going to do a stream with Helsing and Lone Wolf and I think potentially Broccoli. So, and we'll be dinking around and going from there. So give me a couple minutes and I'll be right back. So if you need to go get a glass of water, take a dump, smoke some crack, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do that. And then if you have some questions for me, I'll definitely be taking questions, and I'll be doing a Q&A, and we'll kind of go from there. We're just going to play around and fuck around a little bit and go from there. So thank you guys. I will be back in probably about 5 minutes.